welcome to this episode of Do You Greekcast. I'm your host, Cameron Lowe, and also president of Kappa Alpha Order. I'm joined here today with Lambda Chi Alpha's social chair, Caleb Schmitz, Sigma Pi's president, Parker Stilley, and Kappa Alpha Order's exchange chair, Dax Sailsbury. How y'all doing today?
Good.
Doing good? Well, thank you guys for joining. For those who don't know, this podcast series is just going to be me talking to different members each week about different aspects of Greek life and just hopefully answering some questions that people might have and shining some light on these chapters here. All right, so let's get into it. So each week we do a Greek trivia question of the week. So for this week, the question is, what year was your chapter established at Drury?
Oh, we're going deep now.
We're going deep.
I'm going to blank on that one. I didn't know we're studying for this whole thing.
Any y'all?
I know it's April 17th, 1982 or 83.
82. Yeah, there you go.
Let's go 56. 1956.
Wow, okay. You overshot.
Yeah.
So for Lambda Chi, it's 1910. I couldn't find the exact date.
I would have said 02.
Okay. For KA, it's 1907. And then, any y'all want to guess Sigma News?
Man, they're a big national, so I feel like there's probably old too. Let's go 1910.
1910. Any y'all have a different guess?
1927.
27.
1905.
1905. It is 1919. Yeah.
Okay.
Bouncing around there. All right, so also, this is just a time for these chapters just to promote their social events they got coming up. So you guys want to just tell us what you got coming up?
From my aspect, we're going to have a little decision tonight if we're doing something 14th. Otherwise, until Halloween weekend, we're kind of chilling right now.
You guys have Watermelon Fest coming up?
We do. I did get changed this weekend, October 7th.
October 7th.
Yep.
All right. Yep. Make sure you guys register and get a team up for that.
We have a party coming up on October 13th, also Friday the 13th, and it's a horror movie themed party. It'll be at our house starting at 10 p.m.
10 p.m. All right. All right.
It's a good plug.
Make sure you guys sign up for that.
So upcoming October 31st, Halloween, we're going to have our annual haunted house, so looking forward to that. And I believe the week of Monday the 23rd, we're looking at that Friday, which I believe is the 27th. So might have a possible social event then, but we'll see.
All right. Also, first thing I typically ask everyone coming on this podcast is, why you joined a fraternity and how it shaped your college experience. So, Caleb, you want to start us off with that?
Fun fact, I was actually rushing my senior year of high school at Kansas State University because I do an informal rush. During my entire senior year, I was doing trips to Manhattan, Kansas, and just hanging out with the guys because I knew so many people from my high school that spread out across their campus. And I decided to come here, and my orientation leader, he was in LCA, and so he had a big push in that. And my best friend actually joined LCA at Arkansas.
Yeah, and how do you feel it's shaped your college experience?
It's shaped it pretty well. I mean, I definitely know a lot more people than I would have known. I think I would have stayed a lot more closer to my team, I'd say. But I have like this second place I go and just hang out with the guys.
Yeah, good break from team sometimes.
Yeah, you need it sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. Parker, refresher for people.
Yeah, refresher. I came to college not wanting anything to do with Greek life. I thought of it very stereotypical. Well, when I got here, met some of the guys during my orientation, and when Rush came around, I couldn't make the event as I had a family death. And those guys just kept surrounding me, kept caring, kept trying to get me to join. And that's kind of what pushed me to join Greek life, was a sense of people wanting you to be part of their family.
So I came here and I had a little bit of a thought, it'd be cool to rush. A lot of my buddies rushed it, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State. So I knew I probably wanted to join. It was a smaller school, so I wasn't sure how it would be. I had Lane Clubb as my orientation leader, and him and Mason were around each other a lot at that time. So him and Mason Hubner kind of talked me into it. I came in as a lacrosse player. I ended up getting injured and wasn't sure if I'd come back to Drury, but my bonds with Greek life were so good that I figured I'd come back. So it shaped it pretty well, but also just kind of a funny side thing. One of the ways I knew I wanted to join K was I saw Austin Morris on the K Instagram wearing his boots and jeans, and I was like, all right, I like this.
Shout out Austin. So also just walk me through how you guys ended up in the position you guys got today. Parker, more just like on the social chair side, because I heard that you're like co-social chair also. And then Dax, I mean, you're the exchange chair, so just walking us through that.
So we did elections at the end of my freshman year in December, and I was like slated for the position. They thought I'd be a good fit, and I just ran for it. And honestly, I don't think I had any competition against me, so I think I was the only one for it.
There you go.
You
enjoyed it so far?
Oh yeah, I've enjoyed it. Definitely, It's definitely a good thing for my future. I think it's like helped me out with whatever I'll do.
Yeah. Do you think you're gonna do more upper level stuff in the chapter in the coming years?
I hope to. I really hope to. Yeah.
There you go, Parker.
So the way we do committees is that we have it appointed by executive council. And I was really adamant on getting Sig Pi back on campus because when COVID hit us, from what I was told, it kind of knocked our social life out of whack. So it ended up with me saying, hey, I want to bring Sig Pi back onto campus. I want people to see Sigma Pi parties, not as these small little gatherings, but as these big parties that other chapters have. Since I studied this position, I realized it's hard. You have to get everything approved by Drury, and they have a lot of rules for that. But nevertheless, our parties have went up, and we're planning more stuff on campus to get the community involved with the Greek life more, too.
Dax?
Yeah, so right now I'm our exchange chair, but I was all of last semester our social chair. So kind of like Parker said, it's not always the easiest. It's kind of hard to plan a social event, have this big idea in your head. Then you go to the school and they're kind of like, well, there's some things we need to tweak here. Definitely happens. It's a good time though. It's really cool to come up with an idea and kind of see it unfold. A great example is me and Caleb Schmitz last year planned a Super Bowl day party, and then we had a Super Bowl watch party, and took weeks of planning and kind of figuring out how we wanted to do it, but it ended up turning out to be one of the most fun days I think we had on campus last semester.
It was fun.
So it was awesome.
Yeah, that was a fun event. So for people who might not know, what are social events and what can they range from, like on campus?
So social event can be really any gathering of people that's not in the allowed amount. So when it's not a registered social event for Drury, I believe you can have one person for every 2 active members in your house. But it's different when it's a registered social event. You can have 2 people for every 1 member in your house. So it kind of can range from parties to philanthropy events. Sometimes you got to get those registered. Exchanges are another big one.
Yeah, no, that's a good definition of what it is for people who might not know. And what's the significance to you guys of being able to hold these events, and how does it help your chapter or other organizations on campus?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely my favorite part of the fraternity, leaving outside of the brotherhood thing. Obviously, there's nothing like coming home to your brothers after a long, hard day and being like, hey, man, this is what's going on, have them there for you. But there's something about knowing the weekend's coming up and you're going to be able to make your brothers happy, all your friends happy, and kind of see everybody come together as one for a night. So really enjoy that.
Parker?
Kind of what he said, just right after brotherhood, it's coming to do big things, having fun. Fraternities or social fraternities on campus. We're supposed to be active. We're supposed to be out there, having fun, not just within the fraternity, but with the community of Drury University as a whole.
And how do you guys feel that it helps your chapter out and potentially other organizations, like in instances of like exchanges?
I think it's just a benefit for both sides. Like everyone comes together, even if it's 2. Like when we came together, like it kind of forms a better bond. It makes relationships better around campus. It gives Greek life just a better look, I could say, for the entire campus.
A better look, yeah. And even in like the sense of like athletics, like with going to people's tailgates and then just going to the games and everything, it just boosts social activity around campus and makes Greek life look better. And it is really cool having a bunch of guys supporting you at a game. I mean, this past weekend, all us KAs were at the hockey game and just waving our flag around, banging on the glass.
Yep. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
As a player, it's just, you see all them coming together, and it's like, dang, they're a cool group of guys. Like, they're fun to be around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was going to say, last year when I was playing lacrosse, I mean, knowing that we had a lot of guys from LCA and KA and seeing both chapters out there, it just kind of fills the stands and stuff, and it makes it to where it's really loud and fun environment to play in.
Mm-hmm.
Especially supporting your brothers. Like, I know we both have a lot of lacrosse guys in our chapters, and just you got to be there for them sometimes. And I know as a player, you love it. You love to see it. Yeah.
Have you guys done exchanges with any organization outside of Greek life?
The closest thing I probably had to exchange was my freshman year. We had a event with, I think it was SGA, where we did campus-wide cleanup. We partnered with them, Think Green, and I'm pretty sure we picked up around 300 pounds of trash around campus.
Damn.
There was a lot of, I think someone found a tile. Yeah.
Getting out there in the pain of Springfield, dude.
Yeah.
Out there. Tires and stuff.
So we've talked about like overall what what these events could be and how they benefit your organizations. But walk me through the steps of setting these things up. I mean, from the start of having this idea to, registering with Drury and everything.
Yeah, I know you just go through the website online for Drury. There's a whole bunch of steps, a whole lot of information you got to fill out. You got to wait for it to be approved, and then you got to get your guest list in, everything. If you're going to have alcohol there, your sober squad, you got to set that all up. And sometimes it can be a pain, but there's a lot of rules you have to follow. But once you do it, and it's a success, it's a pretty fun time.
One of the first things we have to do is slingshot the idea and cluster meetings, which is about 3 committees all meeting together to shoot ideas back and forth. And with that, we have to come up with the idea, make sure it's something we haven't done it before that hasn't worked. I think one of the things we had that alumni did in the past was cover a great room in aluminum foil. Well, Drury wasn't the biggest fan of that because they said fire hazard. So if we ever wanted to do that again, we'll probably have to, sweet talk Drury. But after that, we fill out the paperwork, make advertisements, whether they be posters or videos, and make a sign-up link. And make sure to register the party through Drury. Then after that, we try to get people invited. You have to reach out. You have to put your hand in a candy bowl and hope you get some pretty nice things.
It's an interesting reference.
Yeah.
Sig Pie out here giving Drury that riz, dude. So for us, it all kind of starts in your committee. So I'm part of our social committee still because I'm an exchange chair. But also last year when I was the social events planner, you guys all kind of come together. Everyone's going to have different ideas. But once you find one that everyone's like, okay, we like this, the next step is present it in meeting. We go forward with it, register it, go out, purchase what you need for it. And then for us, we have a setup list. So you got half the chapter setting up. We have the event, all have a good time. The night of or the next morning, everyone that didn't set up helps clean up the event. So,
yeah, it's just a good way to keep the house clean. Because so if anyone was like interested in being in a fraternity, what would you say like parties are like here, and what misconceptions would you be talking to them about and like shooting down?
Kind of feel like the big stereotype is everyone's just listening to loud music and trying to get blacked out. I mean, don't get me wrong, we love our loud music, but I think for us, honestly, it's more about the social aspect. I mean, don't get me wrong, the party, it's fun, but it's more about like, holy cow, I've had a super long week, and now all of my friends are in one place, whether they're in my chapter or not. So it's really cool to get to come together with those people and all kind of hang out.
Like he said, we're not all here to get blacked out. Greek life is not a bunch of alcoholics. I mean, yeah, we do have a few people in all the chapters that drink probably a little bit too much, but our parties are mainly about having fun. I mean,
Oh, man.
We can keep it rolling.
Playing games, line dancing, just having an all around good time, and trying to give people that go to school here are probably incredibly stressed because they have homework piled up, or teachers haven't graded their assignments yet. So they just come, try to de-stress at parties and dance.
Line dancing, though.
That's what I was thinking. Line dancing, dude.
Yeah.
You guys got a country party coming up in the future?
We had that restaurant party.
Oh, yeah?
And we had a few people line dancing. I couldn't because I'm very horrible at it. I'm pretty sure I would have fell.
You guys need to like hire somebody to come in and teach people. You guys get a teacher in there,
sick.
give them a microphone. Y'all have one of those guys in PE that would come in there every once in a while. It's like 5th grade. It's this random dude in a cowboy hat. Like, everyone line up. We line dancing today.
You guys did that at your school?
Yeah, dude. It's Oklahoma as hell.
I was about to say, he's from Oklahoma. That makes sense.
I guess line dancing is physical activity. So
The closest thing we had to that was our PE teacher making us do the Cupid Shuffle.
Oh,
Cupid Shuffle.
That's cardio right there.
That is. What about for you, Caleb?
I was going to base off Dax here. He said, like, long week, you go through all your classes, and you just want to relax a bit, and it's always fun because, like, you see everyone in your classes, they come out, and instead of being stressed, working on their assignments, they're having fun, having a good time, and it's a good break. You just want to disconnect from school for a little bit, and you have a fun time.
Yeah, it's definitely a great break. Even formals. Formals are a whole lot of fun. Yeah. For us, we got a week-long one in the spring, and it's a long week. Yep. I don't know if you guys got anything like
I got
that.
one coming up soon, yeah.
You guys got a formal coming up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do like the week-long type of thing.
You do?
I got to start setting that up, yeah.
Didn't you guys do like a casino theme formal last year?
We did, for spring,
That was sick, yeah.
Do you guys have the theme for this year?
Not yet. I'm working on it. Working in the works.
That's classified information, man. Back off.
Back up.
Yeah, no, I mean, when it comes to planning stuff, our formal week, Rose Ball week, is like the most stressful week if you were the social events planner. There is a lot to get done. It's a process, but it's also one of the most fun weeks of the year. So gotta love it.
We have our own formal chair do this for us, and
you have a formal chair.
Yes,
That's kind of nice.
yeah.
Cam, you're up.
I'm not taking something else.
We our fall one's usually a smaller one. We try to hold it local and try to get alumni to come out to our event. Mm-hmm. And then the one of our springs, the one we try to travel, out of spring for. We try to have a big event, have fun. Like I said, with COVID, we kind of got set back by a few years. But now I'm pushing, not only as president and social chair, but as a brother, to get all this formal back into, having fun. We have a week-long event before formal, and then we have a formal.
Since your guys' terms are pretty much almost up for this year, what is the one thing you guys hope to get done or plan before you're getting a new position or just getting slated out?
Man, I want another Darty bad. For those who don't know what a Darty is, it's just a day party. So that's one of my absolute favorite things to do, especially get a good weekend, 70s, low 80s, beautiful weather. Everyone gets outside, have a good time. It's
grilling.
Yeah, it's always a great day.
I had someone slide up on my story when we posted the Darty link or whatever, and he was like, you mistyped, you had a typo.
I just want to say I want to get through this week-long thing. I got a plan. It's coming up. It's kind of stressing me out. It's one of those. Just want to get through that, and I'll be right there then.
And you'll be chilling.
Yeah.
One of the things I want to do before I get taken out social chair is try and get exchanges with fraternities and sororities made up, so we don't have to worry about that when the semester starts. Party schedule, party themes, just try and get a list of ideas for the next chair to take over. Not try to leave him, hanging, but have a stable foundation for him to build on top of.
That would have been nice.
Yeah, I bet.
I hear you on that.
No, that's awesome that you're starting that foundation for the next person. That's my goal as well, is building off what Ricky did and then just hoping that continue that after that.
Yeah, got to get it nice and clean. Nothing like sliding into somebody's DMs to be like, hey, you want to do an exchange?
So one thing I like to compare on the podcast is us versus the bigger schools. And, I mean, there's definitely a clear difference in the social aspects. So you guys want to just tell me in your minds clear differences you see and then pros and cons of it.
I think one of the biggest pros is that we do things in our own houses. Everybody that I know, they all have to go off campus because the big schools will not allow it on their campus whatsoever. So, then you're dealing with Ubers, having a location to actually do it, renting somewhere out, whereas we have the blessing of being like, hey, come to the house tonight. So that definitely helps.
One of the big things I say is safety. I see our campus is a lot more safer for parties. And here we actually have stuff to help prevent that. And we also have a Good Samaritan incorporated into a student handbook.
I just kind of want to go back. Like, you know everyone there almost. It's a smaller school. So, like, you could pick out everyone at the party. Like, I've seen them around campus. I walked past them earlier today, and it's just kind of a good time.
Yeah, I like that.
Kind of like what Parker said. It's almost like a security thing. Like, I've seen all these faces before. If you do have an issue or they do something, you're never going to forget that face.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like at other chapters you hear a lot of, oh, I know my brothers. Well, yeah, you maybe know their first name, last name, hometown, and siblings, but you don't actually know them. I know every guy in my house very well. There's not a single guy in there. I don't know what they're going through, what major they are, any of that. So I feel like it's more of a personal connection rather than just, oh, we have to be brothers. So,
So more on the fun side, what is the best story you got from a party or any other social event your chapters put on?
One of my favorite stories is just Halloween last year. Just seeing everyone dressed up. I got to convince my roommate to be a Playboy bunny, and that was a grand time.
That's wrong.
That took a lot of talking to convince him into that, but yeah.
I think my favorite social event we ever had was a party that is fraternity baddies, sorority daddies. It's a cross-dressing party. Seeing a bunch of dudes in dresses. Dudes trying to walk in heels too, and eat shit basically. It's probably the thing that makes me laugh the most.
No, that sounds like a fun party idea. Yeah, I don't know if. Yeah, no, that's definitely interesting.
It's interesting.
Yeah, did you imagine Dax walking in heels?
Ooh.
I have a size 15 foot. I don't think they make heels in my size. I'd have to call a WNBA player. Maybe Brittany Griner can get me a pair of shoes. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I think probably going back to the Super Bowl, Darty, there was just so much that happened that day. Right after the Chiefs won, obviously, we're in Missouri, so everyone went pretty wild, kind of walking out to the quad, and everyone's like running around, yelling, super excited, and then come back inside, and Caden is strapped to the skis, ready to hit Mount Kappa. And on this unfortunate day, he decided to step off of the stairs instead of kind of go down at the same time and just straight up face planted with a whole crowd of people around him. So that was pretty good.
I think that was probably my favorite memory, was seeing Caden do that. And
Yeah.
just all the phones were up with the lights,
Flashlights on. Yeah, no, I mean, there's also like a really notorious picture. Landry took it of me, and I'm working the grill, and then I walk away, and my mom calls me, and it's just a picture, and it says, "Dad finally got off the grill." This is another really good one.
No, it sucked. I had to take a test during that, and so I was stressing taking the test, and then because I'm just hearing the music outside and everyone having fun, and then finally get out there, I'm like, all right, let's go. Yeah.
Like you were saying, the quad party, that's another thing I want to get set up for the next person that comes into my chair, is trying to get him read up on how to do a quad party. Because, I mean, the last one didn't end too well because it also rained, and Drury was, watching us with a very keen eye.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, they were kind of breathing down our backs. But trying to get another quad party, probably when the weather was a bit nicer, and probably have a better showing, especially with the new members we all just got.
Yeah. All right, that's going to be all for this episode of Do You Agree Cast. Thank you all for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Really appreciate it. It was a great episode. So episodes going to be coming out every Monday, and this is all leading up to a live event with John Beuerlein, president of Drury, Chip Parker, the associate dean of students, and Anna Stark, the director of Greek life. And that's going to be held in the FSC Ballroom October 17th at 7 p.m. Just remember to check out everyone's events that they listed earlier in this episode. And that's all. Thank you all for watching.